Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel, and it's a sunny day. I found myself with a little midweek Wednesday day off, so I thought I'm going to go out, jump on the bike. I'm just going to take, I've done this road loads of times, it's a quick run to Largs just to be on the bike, nothing else. I've also got for the first time my new leathers on. Decided to buy myself a slightly comfier set of leathers rather than the race cut, just for when I want to be a bit more relaxed on the bike. So I bought these kind of November, December time, and they've basically sat in the wardrobe waiting for this, a little bit of sunshine. And so far they've got a little body warmer thing. They've also got a windstopper thing on, but so far really comfortable, roomy but not too roomy. Everything sits in the right places, nothing's moving, but I can breathe in these. Whereas the other ones are a little more snug. But so far so good. Only time will tell, you know. I've literally done about 3 miles in them, but normally you're kind of fidgeting and moving and trying to get things into the shape of your body, and so far none of that. Absolutely perfect. I'm also just trying to work out what's causing the popping in the microphone. The last few videos, as soon as you get to kind of 40 miles an hour and above, the popping is just horrendous. So I'm trying to talk at different volumes, see if that helps, or if it's just the wind noise itself. From what I can gather, even without talking, it is just the wind noise. So I have kind of sound deadened or dead cat the microphone beyond belief. Enough that I can still get it to where it needs to be in the helmet and not actually cause me any bother. And the connection to turn it from a TRRS jack to a TRS, I've covered that. Really, other than that, that's it. It's either that or the Purple Panda that everybody rates so highly is no good. And then I'll need to have a think. So put a comment if you happen to use a microphone out in conditions such as this on a bike, you know, doing whatever you do video wise, vlog wise. Put a comment in the comment section, just tell me what you use and what it's like for windy conditions or noisy conditions. Right, still need to do, I don't know if it's the tyre pressure sensor in this front wheel, but the last time I was out I come back and set the tyre pressure, and it's still showing 34.5, and even on the last run it was showing the same. So I'm beginning to think I'm actually going to ignore this and just use it as a way of a guide, you know, sort of if you were to pick up a puncture, or I was to pick up a puncture. Other than that, I'm really not seeing much point in looking at that. 83 miles to go. I think this little run back and forward covered me about 50, so the fuel light will be on, but I'm not going to worry. What else you can do for the comment section? Don't forget, on that subject, hit the like button. I know it's a pain that your like video section in your YouTube account gets filled up with a lot of stuff, but hit the like button, it really helps just for the views. Subscribe if you haven't already, and put in the comments, so 1, about the microphone if you have to use one, and 2, have you got out on your bike yet, and if so, what kind of mileage have you done so far? I've done about 1600 miles so far this year. 2 trips up north equates to about 1000, plus a couple other really short thought about runs. But the mileage adds up. Okay, speaking of miles, there's a lot of advice on YouTube on riding a bike, how to ride it well, skills to practice, things to work on. Some of it really good, some of it has good intentions, but I think misapplied, and there's been some other stuff I just think, wow, that's absolutely a bit mental. So we'll just cover the elephant in the room first, and that's going quick. The only thing that will help you get quick, and I'm not talking about doing what you see on YouTube a lot, you know, dragging knees and sitting at 100 plus, and we're talking miles per hour here, not kilometres. 100 miles an hour is about 60 kilometres. Excuse me. So if you want to get good on a bike, miles on the bike, and two ways to do it. Now if you're lucky enough to have a riding buddy, then if they've been riding a bit better, a bit longer than you, and you trust them, one way to learn how to ride quickly while learning how to read the road, picking up on your lean angle, you know, road position and things like that, you could sit behind them and just follow. That takes the pressure off, helps you relax, it does help. I did that, you know, when I first started meeting friends, and follow them about. You can see their lines, their speed, things that they do. There'll be things that they do that you don't like, things that you do you think that's actually a good idea. But if you don't have a riding buddy, and when I started I did not, I was a wee lonely boy. The only way is to get out and just build up, you know, learn how to read roads. You'll do that by going on a road that you know, so say a road that you drive in the car, and you know reasonably well, and you can learn how to read the road on a bike, because everything's different on a bike. Your whole body's moving, the bike's moving, you know, braking forces, accelerating forces and all that, and it's all about, and it's not even a case of slow in, fast out, it's just about slow in, slow through, slow out, like crap on the road. You just never know where it's going to come from. So for a little example, I know this road, so I know what it's like. The camera opens it up a bit more than what it actually is. So, but if I was coming up here not sure of the road, I keep my road position, then I'm coming round. I want to stay a little wide, not too wide, and I come round the corner, I come over to the other side of the road, wave to the other guy, and then I can build up speed. Road's open, so then I can build back up the speed limit. And that's just a little hint on corner, and it's not a lesson, but I think it's a good way to learn how to read roads. And again, so I'm coming up here, my road position to the right, my handlebar is still within the line, and I'm swooping round, not going quick, and then again I'm swooping round, and then coming off, slight adjustment of the throttle because I don't know where the road's going, looking ahead, and I'm kind of looking where the crest of that hill is, and I'm looking just under the tree line where the canopy comes in. I'm not looking right up and out, I'm looking through, pothole. Now the other thing I've noticed quite a lot on is its road position, and some of the advice out there is actually very good, and there's road position in corners. So if I'm riding, and generally I ride on the left side of the road in the UK, I want to ride here, just right a centre, but my handlebar and everything's on my side of the road. Through a corner, I want to kind of almost keep that position, leave enough room should I need to adjust. Just get rid of the bumps. And I'm really only moving over to this side of the road if the road bends to the right, because I want to be able to give myself as much view as possible, looking at the crest. Again, I'm moving over, handlebars my side of the road, hello, moving back over, and then as I'm coming round, so I'm going to show you on this corner. A lot of people, this is what they say, so you're coming in, you're adjusting, and then you want to swoop round and cut in. But if you don't know the road, how do you know there's not a branch sticking out under that tree? How do you know there isn't, you know, a wall falling down? So if it's a tight corners and you can't see through it, you just want to hold your position. My position's well off there, I decided just to go for it. So you just want to take your time and build up and get used to. Now when I say carry corner speed, I'm actually talking about maintaining corner speed. Steady throttle or neutral throttle, there's lots of names for it, but really a steady throttle and just maintaining while being aware, and this will help you relax, because the more you can get miles under your belt and the more corners in riding you can get through, the more you'll relax, the more you'll just start to see things without realising it. If you think about it, there's a lot of people who have been driving for 20-30 years and then buy their first bike or get back onto biking. If you think back to when you first started driving, everything was coming at you at a million miles an hour. You had so much information, traffic lights, junctions, parked cars, stationary cars, cars waiting to turn, people crossing, people waiting to cross, roundabouts, stuff on the road, stuff at the side of the road, holes, lorries. There's just lots, and that's not to mention like weather and anything else. So there's a lot to take in. So you want to be able to just bloody roadworks. Okay, intermission for a moan about roadworks. Do you know, everywhere I have to go at the minute, or want to go at the minute, is just littered with roadworks. It's depressing. You can't actually get anything done. Oh, I'm just in my neck tube. I can breathe again. So yes, I thought try the leathers, come out for a run and just talk a little bit about everything. No, not everything, but some of the advice that's out there on YouTube. I'm going to pull in for a second and just make sure this camera is recording, otherwise I'm talking to myself and then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. I think, what's the point? Big massive pothole. Right. Let's see. Yep. Okie dokie. Okay, so again, when you're pulling away and you're getting up to speed, just gently build it up. Pick a gear that gives you torque and drive. A lot of people sit second, third gear, depending on the road. And we've all done it. Look at that, that's diesel, that big dark stripe, that's fuel. So in the wet that would be horrific. And again, every bike's different, so just go out and take your time. So on the subject of lane position mid-corner, if you can see through it and there's nothing in the middle of the road and it helps you maintain your speed without too much adjustment, then you can change your position to suit the corner. Other times you want to keep slightly wide, because if it tightens up and you want to come in, you can do. But again, you don't want anything breaching over the white lines. So your handlebar on the width of your bike is your limit to the road. So if I'm away out here, too far, but everything's over, so if something's coming, there's a fair chance of it getting clipped. If I'm away in the verge like that van's left wheel, there's lots of crap in the road. You're risking having a slide, a puncture, something. So you don't want to be right in, and you don't need to be right out. His mirror's sticking over the line there, so that's too far. You know, so that's putting yourself into another risk category. There's already a risk, an inherent risk with riding a motorcycle. You don't want to put yourself into the really high risk, especially on things that self-inflicted. Okay, we're going to take this van. No, we're not. We'll just wait. So again, nice big sweeping corner, and again you're looking round it. The vanishing point, let's talk about the vanishing point. So up ahead, the vanishing point is where the two trees meet, and that's moving round to the right, round to the right, and round to the right. Now on big open corners like this, that's a great place and way to practice the vanishing point. Trees are meeting, trees are meeting, trees are meeting, and the road unfolds. Okay, let me just dispatch of the wacky hounds. Oh, it's been raining here. So again here, it's going round, it's going round. You can see where everything meets in the middle, meets in the middle, meets in the middle, and then it opens up. And the road's literally unfolding, and that's where you want to get a point where your eyes and your brain all work together. The road's going to unfold towards you, and it just reveals and reveals and reveals. If you're still getting used to that and you're trying to work out what it is, find yourself a road like this section, almost straight. There's big bends, they're super wide, they're super flowy, and you can just see for miles. So you can do two things. You can practice your throttle control for steady speed. You can practice your lane position because the road's really wide, so you can get used to moving from one side to the other, even on a really, you know, almost not a bend to bend. You can adjust, and you can also practice reading the road. For crests in the road, blind crests, I normally ride just right of centre, but if I was coming up to a crest in the road, a blind summit, and there's a couple on this road, and I'll pick up on that, I'll move over, because you can't see it. Could be a bus, a lorry, a van, a moron driving one or the other, and you just don't know. So you don't want to put yourself into a position where you're sitting too wide. And again, I would always say just back off a little bit. So again, nice swoopy corners, you can see, so you can practice moving one side to the other. And then I'm coming round, I'm just going to hold steady, I'm chasing the tail of the van, I'm coming round, I haven't changed. Now I'm going to move over here, I'm just beyond this light patch in the road, that's where all the dust and stuff gathers, so you don't want to spend a lot of time in there unless you have to. But I'm just here, so I'm not quite following the tyre tracks or the wheel tracks of the vehicle in front. Just kind of in that vicinity. Okay, so blind crest coming up, no idea what's there. If you've never been on the road, where's the road going? It looks like it's going to the right. Is it going to the right? No, it's going straight ahead. Okay, so now we'll get a dip coming down. Okay, now I can see it's going to the right. You still want to move over, you still want to give yourself the opportunity to be safe. I think this is the slowest run I've ever done, but it's a good opportunity to have a yap and just talk about, you know, my views on riding a bike. Riding a bike should be fun, and you know, it should be about getting your heart rate up and having a blast. And as much as we all want to get quicker, and there's people out there who want to ride like my two pals, they're really old school, or one's really old school. He doesn't move position on the bike, he just kind of sits there. He'll adjust his upper body position, but he's not hanging off the bike, he's not sticking his knee out. and my other pal, he's somewhere in between the two, a bit like myself, moves enough to help counterbalance the bike, but he's not hanging off, because in a lot of these corners, unless you were going mentally quick, you're never going to be far enough over to get your knee down. So there is absolutely no point in trying. And for another reason, one, it's pointless. Two, all you're doing is upsetting the bike. So you're hanging off a bike that you don't need to be hanging off of. Your body position when you're only at about 20 degrees lean angles away over here, so the bikes want to stand up, lie down, stand up, lie down. You're holding on because you don't have enough speed to allow everything just to settle and just be natural in that position, so that's tight on the bars. You're making inputs that you don't even know you're doing. So if you're not likely to get your knee down, by all means adjust your body position to just help reduce the lean angle but maintain the corner. But that's all you need. You don't need, you're not trying to get your knee down on a 30 mile an hour corner. Oh, that's right, just throw the crap out your window. Well, I hope the microphone's not popping like mad, because otherwise this whole conversation's been a waste of time. So you can put in the comments, so that's 3 requests for comments, not that I'm counting, okay, but I'm going to check. How you find it. If you're new to biking, put in the comments, how are you finding your kind of early years, or your early years on a motorcycle? How are you finding it? Are you enjoying it? Is it, you find it too lonely? Are you struggling? Because we all struggle. And sometimes when you're out yourself, you can lose the enjoyment. If you're constantly on your own and you stop for a cup of coffee somewhere, if you're a really chatty person, you probably talk to everybody and anybody and at least make acquaintances, even if you're riding on your own. To say, when I first passed my test, I'm a socially-ish person, but reasonably socially awkward at the same time. And as you get older, it gets harder to make friends, because we all get picky, we all get choosy, and it just becomes harder. So yeah, when I started on my own, and the enjoyment kind of didn't go, but it was, you know, I really had to, right, okay, let's go on the bike, I want to go out on the bike, because I would be on my own, and then it all changed. My pal Glenn, he was new to biking, I was working in a bike shop at the time, we just started yapping away, and it was just like the awkward first date. Is like, do you ask him if he wants to go for a bike ride? You know, is that going to be weird? And he's obviously thinking the same thing, because then it's like, who'd you go out riding with? Oh, I just kind of go out myself. Fancy going for a run? Aye, why not? Or the only thing, this is Glenn speaking, you know, I'm not quick, you know, this is only my second bike, I'm still getting used to it, and it's like, that's fine, you know, something I haven't, you know, I passed my test, rode about for myself for a long time on my own. I then became an instructor, which, although reading the road skills in town and stuff makes you amazing, riding in the wet, I was really good. Going quick on the back roads, country lanes, canyons, whatever it is you want to call them, you know, really wasn't getting any further forward, because I was finding kind of, this is me at my limit. You don't want to push it, because if you're out on your own and it goes horribly wrong, you know, you're hoping that somebody passes by to do the requirements. So yeah, and then after that it's yeah, you know, riding for years. then you start to meet other people, and now it's, you know, friends change, people move away, but the two guys I've been riding with now have been riding for 17, we've worked this out, 17 years, give or take, and we know how each other rides exceptionally well, so if an overtake's on, you know it's safe. Somebody gets into a corner, out with something unforeseeable happening, you know, everybody's making it round the other side, and we all ride safely together. There's no buzzing the tower, no that crap. So I am going to get myself a little coffee. I wasn't going to bother, but I think I might. All this talking makes me dry, especially when I've got no idea what I'm going to talk about and I'll wing it on every video. Okay folks, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, please join the conversation and enjoy your biking, but most importantly, have fun. Be safe, alright? Have fun, be safe. Like my channel suggests, swift but fun. Motorcycling, you know, ride swift but fun. You don't need to get to the other end thankful to be alive. Alright peeps, I shall see you in the next one.